Turn this up. Turn this
up. What's up, my good people? What's up, my good people? It's been like forever. It's been like forever, but I'm back. I'm back and I enjoy it. And I'm glad to be on here tonight. And we're gonna cover a few things and we'll get into some old things, some new things, and some current events. I am so glad to be back tonight. I know it's been a lot of wait. I done got a lot of emails like, bro, when you coming back? But first off, Your Opinion season 4 is here. So let's get into it right off the rip. Hey, I'm from Akron, Ohio. We cannot move forward till we talk about Jayland Walker. So before we get into, the other topic, whatever like that, I want all my people on YouTube, TikTok, all my people who are watching right now, tune in, like and subscribe, turn bell notifications on and all that jazz. But we are going to get to, this whole Jayland Walker situation and where we stand as Americans in America. So, one of the things that, just flat out, I'm just going to be honest, it just bothers me off rip. It's the sequence of events that led up into it. And I wasn't there, not a police officer. I don't know what was going through Walker's mind. I don't know what was actually happening, but all I can do is listen to the facts, even as they presented them. And I'm unhappy. I'm disappointed. I feel like I'm being lied to or led astray. So, and I feel like a lot of people feel like that across the country. So tonight, I do, what I'm saying, if you guys want to chime in, leave a comment, and we can discuss this really briefly. This whole Jayland Walker thing is really exposing a deeper thing for me. And my thing is, when you take a oath to be a police officer, it's to protect and serve. To protect and serve. Now, a lot of people who don't live in this area don't understand some of the other circumstances that I feel lead up into these situations. My first thing is there's an overabundance of white officers policing black communities. An overabundance, whether that's not enough black officers applying, not enough people of color applying, period. But in these major metropolitan areas, there's an overabundance of white people who are applying for these jobs and getting these jobs as police officers and police officers, period. That is a problem. The problem is you're policing people that you do not understand. Now, the city of Akron used to have an ordinance that said if you work for the city of Akron, you must live in the city of Akron. So you actually must be a part of the community to work for the city of Akron. They got rid of that rule some years ago, like I think about 5 or 6 years ago. I'd be wrong. So now you have officers who don't even live in this neighborhood, in the city, in this community, who are policing people in the community that they have no attachment to whatsoever. They don't go to the same churches. They don't go to the same school. They have no attachment to. So now you're policing people you don't even understand. Then why are you a cop? Why then? That's the second thing. Why are you a police officer? One thing I should never hear out of a police officer's mouth, scared. You can't be scared at that job. You can't. You can't be scared at that job. That's one of those jobs like, like a doctor. You can't have shaky hands and be a surgeon. You can't be scared police officer. Training. Let's get training. Where else in the world do you go to a class for 90 days and you become a police officer but in the United States? That's weird. That's just flat out weird. Most countries, you got to have military experience. There's years of training that you have to do to become a police officer. You ain't taking no damn 90-day class. Oh, I passed the academy. I'm ready to protect and serve. That's how you get scared people with guns and authority. Policing people that they don't understand. That's my big thing. That's it. You watch these police officers drive around black communities. They got them weird rainbow glasses on, a bald head. They just look like something about to go down. We was joking the other day, my friend was like, hey, what would you do if the police pulled you over? I told him, I said, by the time the cop got from his car to my car, I would be butt naked, beating myself up. And I'm like, because that's just where we at in America. That's just where we at. When you're a person of color, and this is what white people do not understand. And I got white listeners. I love y'all. When you're a person of color and you get pulled over, there's a certain level of anxiety and anxiousness and a history of unfair behavior. So therefore, my actions may not be your actions because my history has not been your history with the police. So things that you guys might think is like, why did he do that? Why is he running? We are scared. We're the ones scared. You can't have 8 cops chasing down a dude in the dark without a gun, scared. 90 bullets, 60 bullets hit that body. For one, I'm an avid shooter. I am an avid shooter. I go to the range multiple times a month. 9 bullets between 8 cops and 60 hit target. What were you scared of? He was reaching for his waist. You tell me what you after you run. What's the first thing anybody does when they run? And they tired. They reach for their waist. You saw no firearm. You saw a firearm. Then y'all showed us a picture that was TikTok edited. I don't even know what software y'all use because I don't believe that to this day. And then another thing, the supposed gunshot. I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. All I'm going to say, I'm just going to state my opinion. These are the things that me as a citizen, I have a problem with, and somebody needs to explain them to me. The gunshot. I don't know where y'all live at, but where I live at, they've been doing fireworks since May. M80s, cherry bombs, all of it. They've been doing all that since May. Couldn't have been a firework. Just like that situation in Cleveland a couple years ago, where it was a clear situation where the car backfired as it drove past the police station and they took off like some bats out of hell and shot up that car, and they were completely wrong. It was backfire from the vehicle. So you're telling me it just couldn't have been a firework go off? Then, this is my big one. You found a shell casing in 20 minutes in the dark on a high-speed chase. I'll wait. I could throw out a baseball-sized diamond in the middle of the highway and send 30,000 people to find it. It's going to take them longer than 20 minutes. Now, these are just the things that I question. You know what I'm saying? These are just some things I question. Now, there could be a whole bunch more. You could have some stuff. Please leave it in the comments. We talk about it. But those are things that I immediately just look at and I'm just like, you know what? That's strange for me. And this is how you get protests. This is how you get, the situation where it's police versus the people. Even with the riot situation, the police they protected police station while they allowed all these other local businesses to be destroyed in downtown Akron. Protect and serve. Protect and serve. You work at the behest of the people. Win. It's a lot to unpack in a short amount of time. And I really feel like it's one of those things where I'll get into it as we get into the weeks leading up into the trial and the outcome of these investigations and, everything like that. But, just watching the press conference and seeing the footage, I'm just going to say and I know a lot of my listeners, this is not typically what I talk about on my show, but I felt like I needed to address this situation because so many people have asked me my opinion on it. And the show is called First Off in My Opinion. So this is my opinion on this situation. And my opinion is I'm disappointed and I feel like I'm being lied to. Now, if you can change my mind, you can change my opinion with some facts and some proof. You know what I'm saying? I'll listen. But until then, your story sounds fishy to me. Very fishy. Very aquatic, if you will. So that's where I'm going to leave that situation. And I wanted to start off with the killing of Jayland Walker because I just feel like it needed to be addressed. And I'll probably address it more, but it'll be more specific. I'll probably bring on some local people who knew him as a person. not just a headline. So as we get into that, just stay tuned. Just give me a second because I need to, get out and reach out to a few people. But that is something I want to do. I want to tell his story. I want to know who's he as a person. You know what I'm saying? I want that to be out there. So let's get into, the main. Why you look stupid in that relationship you shouldn't be in. I am, it's funny. It's funny that we talk about these things like it doesn't happen to us. Like, it's almost like we're on autopilot and we find ourselves in these situations with people that, for whatever reason, we built something with, we stayed with over time, whether it's the fear of starting over, whether it's, whatever it is, we feel stupid or dumb, or, you look back at it and you be like, why did I even do that? Why am I here? Why am I looking at you right now? Like, I hate your face. Your nose makes my butt itch. Like, it's a lot of stuff to go on and you like, why? So I want to just unpack a few things of how we actually get ourselves into these situations. And anybody who's listened to this show before, they know one thing I'm always going to say, we have to start judging people by their character and their integrity when you're not in a relationship with them. Like, who are they? I see this online all the time on social media. Red flags, red flags, red flags. You've got to look for green flags, actual green flags. And then you got to weigh that out. Like, what's a red flag? And what's a red flag to you? Because that's different for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? A red flag is different for everybody. What you might consider a red flag may not be a red flag for another person. Like, okay, perfect example. A woman with kids. And I used this example earlier talking to someone. A woman with kids to a certain person is a red flag. A guy with kids, that's a red flag. But for me, I'd rather talk to a woman with kids because there's certain things that a woman with children know or they have about themselves that women with children don't have. They don't. And it's like, potential. Potential will have you behind the 8 ball. For real. So, like, I'll give you the example. So, like, you meet a woman who, doesn't have children. There's certain adversity that you go through in a relationship that a woman who has kids understands. There's certain hurdles and ways you need to be strategic about situations that a woman with children can handle, finagle, moderate, whatever, because she's handled children. There's a certain nurturing quality from a woman with children. So, like I'm saying, like, some people look at, oh, she got kids. Oh, I'm out. All right, then. Oh, he got kids. It's what type of person they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go, I see so many women like, I'm 35, I'm 40, I'm 45, I ain't got no kids. For me, that's a red flag. I'm 35, I'm 45. I don't get down with women all like that. I stick to myself. I stay to myself. I had a small circle. I'm out of here. Them are all red flags to me. But see how it's different for each person. The perspective on it is different for each person. For somebody that works for them. Oh, she don't got no friends. Oh, she ain't got no kids. Oh, I can be everything for her. Yeah. I'm not trying to be everything for. I feel like there's a balance. People should have friends. People should have relationships. People should have family ties. People should have close confidants. People should have things. You shouldn't be at a certain age. You shouldn't be at 40, 45, 50, and you look back on your life. All you got is your job, your career, and money. That's an empty life for me. That's an empty shell of a person. If you know what I mean. So it's like, that's why I said, you have to identify what's a red flag to you. And then you can't ignore them. I coach women who have relationship issues with men. And some of the things that they complain about in these sessions are things that they knew day one. They knew day one he was not a good father. Now, when you say good father, that's a perspective type thing. Everybody's not, Cliff Huxtable. I'm going to say the other name, but everybody's not Cliff Huxtable. So don't use that measuring stick against everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not Claire Huxtable. So it's like you can't use that measuring stick and just say, okay, I'm going to use this generalization. He's a bad dad because he's not Cliff Huxtable. No. So when I say, okay, when she was, okay, so she was talking about, like, basically she eventually had a child with this guy, and he, once their relationship filtered, he doesn't come get, the kid. He doesn't, help financially. He doesn't do, and I backed it up. I backed that car all the way back to the beginning. And I was like, you thought it was cute when he wasn't taking care of his other kids. You ignored that. You thought it was about the baby's mom. Now you know it wasn't about the baby's mom because you're the baby's mom. You see what I'm saying here? Like, you got to really look at what these dudes are actually doing. These men are actually doing. Like, a girl tried to talk to me like, and I swear, when I say this, I'm not, I don't want to be overly judgmental, but she didn't have custody of her kids. And that is a red flag for me. For one, I'm a protector of children. That's my ministry. But so I can't, and I didn't get into why and all that kind of, don't get into that on the thing. I just feel like a mother should have her children. That could be biased. That can be whatever. I don't give, for me, that's a red flag. And how she carried herself without children, that was another red flag. So that's why I said this whole thing of getting into a relationship with somebody and then looking back at it and being like, why am I even here? This is the most stupidest shit ever. Like, it's you. You are ignoring too many things that matter. You're ignoring them. You're completely ignoring them. Because for whatever reason, whether you got hit with a thunderbolt, whether, all your insides warm and fuzzy, you're ignoring things that you should not ignore. You're ignoring things that are important. You're in a relationship with somebody for what reason? That's the first thing. So if I'm in a relationship with somebody, why am I here? Do I want a long-term commitment? Do I want to get married? Do I want to buy a house? Do I want, like, financial security? Like, what am I actually doing here? And I feel like a lot of people don't ask those questions to themselves. Like, they'll interview a date. They're going to date and be the host of 20 questions. But they have asked those questions to themselves. What do I really want? What do I really need? What do I really need out of a mate? And when you really start asking yourself the question about what you need versus what you want, you need to get a sheet of paper. On that sheet of paper, write what I need, write what I want. And then you got to ask yourself, how old are you? Because what you need at 30 is going to be drastically different what you need at 40. And the same thing at 45, 50, 65, 70. We're very temporary as far as what we actually want. Wants are typically temporary. Those are things that, okay, during this period in my life, I would like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a period of my life I wanted a 2-seater sports car. Not anymore. That's a lie. I still want that vet. I want the vet. I want the Lambo. I take that back. That's a lie. But I'm just saying, it was a major priority for me to have a 2-seat sports car. That's not a major priority for me now. So I say that to say, who are you and what do you want? How old are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're getting older. The only thing that time is undefeated. It will not lose. So you have to ask yourself, okay, I'm X age. This is my relationship status. I need something or I want something that I don't understand what I want or need. Let's keep it honest. Because most people who say they want to be in a relationship really don't know what a relationship even is. They know what the word is. They probably heard a meaning. They probably looked it up in the dictionary. But at the end of the day, they really don't know how it works and how they work in it. And the thing is, you've been with so many toxic people who've considered their relationship history as knowledge. No, it's not. If I take you to the worst restaurant in America for 10 straight years, you are not a restaurateur or whatever, a foodie. No, you just know bad restaurants. That bad restaurant, that's all your experience is. Your whole life is based upon that bad restaurant. It's the same thing with a city. Like, I see people who live in a city and they'll be like, this city. Then you make them something worse and they be like, they're different out here. It is different out here. Your experiences are limited. If you've been in toxic relationship after toxic relationship after toxic relationship, that's all you know. So when you actually meet somebody who actually got, good intentions, integrity and character, you're not going to know what to do with it because you've never experienced it. You don't know how to embrace it. You don't even know if you want it. You don't even know if you need it. And after you get to a certain age, you start to self-sabotage. You start to throw your own wrench in it. Or you embrace, you be like, okay, let's do it. Let's try it. But then all of the skills that you have are from a bad relationship. So you bring all the skills to the table from a toxic relationship. So the other person looking at you like, fix it, Jesus. Who is she? Who is he? Like, where do you come from? Who are you? And that's how you get yourself in a situation and you looking stupid because you like, I don't even know why I'm here with this person. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you start, you start butting heads. And you're not really butting heads because y'all two bad people. Y'all butting heads because y'all don't know what y'all want. Y'all don't know what a relationship is. You don't have healthy relationship history. You don't reach out to the right people for therapy. You don't understand what you really want versus what you need. You're just basically putting together every day, hoping it works out. That is not how this thing works out. It just isn't. And you have to have real conversation and you have to be honest about where you want to be and who you want to be. Ask somebody, ask whoever you dating. What's the difference between a helpmate and a partner? Ask them what's the difference between a helpmate and a partner? It's gonna be a complex answer, and the thing is, ask some of your friends too. Get a nice little sampling, because what you're gonna hear is like little kids playing that game where you whisper in one kid's ear, he tell the next kid, and by the time they get on the telephone, by the time they get all the way back, you're gonna be like, what we talking about? Because that's how bad the perception of those two things are. A helpmate versus a partner. It sounds very simple, but it's very difficult. A healthy relationship versus a toxic relationship. Once again, you would think they're drastically different. They're not at all. You probably have more toxic relationships with longer years. You have healthy relationships. Because people conform to what they're doing. Think about it. I know more people that have been in relationships for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years with a toxic person than getting in a relationship with a good person and it don't even last 90 days. Because you got to think sometimes the psychosis about that is trauma. Like trauma sometimes gets you more entrenched. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go through a trauma with somebody, it's like, like war. You go to war. You go to war. You see this all the time, like with soldiers. Like they go to war together. They didn't know each other for hours before they went to war. They go to war. They go to Afghanistan for 40 minutes. They best friends for the rest of their life. Because that 40 minutes was hell. And they went through it together. And that's sort of what a toxic relationship can be sometimes. You go through so much hell with a person. You go through so much drama with a person that you get so connected to that person that you be like, I can't go nowhere else. This is all I know. This is it. This is it. I don't care. He came home, bounced me up against 6 walls. It wasn't 7. You know what I'm saying? She talked to me crazy every time she see me. She embarrassed me in front of all my friends, but she made me cheesecake last week. I'm telling you, these things become normal, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. You get so deep in these relationships, and you be like, or even early in these relationships, and you just look back at the person, and you be like, how in the hazy did I get with you? Why am I here? And then you start looking stupid. You feel like you looking stupid. You like, all right, why am I in this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Whether stupid stuff is starting to happen, whether stupid getting involved with more stuff that's outside of your character, your integrity, you like, oh man, how did I even get here? And I just got into a fight at a gas station. What? Come down. You skipping. Somebody said in the comments already. You skipping. And hold on. Y'all saying I'm skipping. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see. It could be broadcast. It sounds awesome to me. So I'm going to keep going. Then you guys can listen to the audio version. But when I tell you that the real problem with relationship dynamics in 2022 and moving forward is the fact of a breakdown in communications, of perspective. What we're actually looking at as far as relationships down. This goes for marriages. This goes for dating. This goes for getting to know you. This goes for the talking phase. Like what one person considers talking, another person considers a relationship. What one person considers, we're in a relationship. The other person like, I just got her number. We talked on the phone a few times. It's perspective. And that's where you have to have the right conversations initially and all the time. So even if you progress to the level of marriage, it's like you have people who are married, who've been married, who are married for totally different reasons. Like I'm married to her for financial security, She's married to me for emotional support, The thing is, it works. Sometimes that works. But the thing is, I feel like the conversation of knowing why someone is married to you is the most important thing. And that's where I feel like we run into that problem of people disconnect while they're married or in relationships because they don't know why they're there. And they're guessing and they're assuming. Like guys sit around and be like, well, I work, I give her my check, and the bills is paid and she's took care of. But when the last time you took her out? When the last time you made her feel special? When the last time you looked at her and told her, you loved her and that she was special and that, you could not do this without her? Well, I had got her a Slurpee at the site. I'm like, nigga. Listen, we have to become more vocal and tell each other what it is we want, tell each other what we need, everything. We have to. And I guess my thing is, and I'm gonna wrap it up on this, is we have to be better to each other about talking to each other about everything, even the things that are uncomfortable, because those are the things that I think break the cycle. Like, okay, we talk about something that's uncomfortable and we come up to resolution to it. Now we can move forward. We can actually build something. But if you keep letting stuff slip through the cracks, you got stuff going backwards, forwards, and just not working. It's never going to work because you're never going to talk about it. So, I just want everybody tonight to, think about what I just brought up to the table. Once again, first off, in my opinion, season for episode 1 is in the books. We're going to get into this whole Jalen Walker thing in the future. Like I say, at every show, you know what I'm saying? God put everything you want right outside your reach. And it's up to you to overextend to get it. My name's Tom Swiss. Is first on my opinion. I'm out.